Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie and today we're talking about the Stella Prize 2020 Longlist. So this was announced on Thursday. I gave myself a couple of days to think about the list and learn a little bit more about the books. I won't pretend like I really know that much about them, but I'm here today to share with you the books that I currently have. I'll talk about which ones I've read, some general thoughts about the long list, and I guess I'm going to go through each of the books and talk a little bit about them. I'm going to put up 2 images here of the long list. These are ones that I personally made for the Stella Project, which is a book club that I co-host that reads the backlist of the Stella Prize, and from now until April we will be reading the long list. We're not part of the prize itself, and I just want to mention that because this isn't the official image from the prize. It's just one that I made. So yes, if you're looking for the official one, you can go onto the Stella Prize website. And I will link everything below the Stella Prize website. I will link the Stella Project and so forth. And let's just jump into it. I'm going to go through, not in the order that they're in, which is alphabetical. I'm going to kind of go through the ones that I've read, and then the ones that I have here, and then I'll talk about the other ones. So from the list of 12, I've read 2, which is not the worst I've ever done with the Stella Prize long list, but also it's not great either. There were a lot on here that I was kind of surprised at, and there are a lot of ones that I was surprised didn't make the long list. A couple that come to mind instantly, of course, is Constant Hum, which by Alice Bishop, which a lot of people have been talking about. A lot of people had kind of pegged this as the winner, and it didn't make the list, which is upsetting because it's a really nice book and I really enjoyed it. But crossing fingers that it may get a nod in a couple of other literary awards that are coming up this year. What else? I was surprised that The Old Lie by Claire G. Coleman didn't make the list. That's one that I have on my TBR that I was kind of hoping would be on the long list so that I would have an excuse to read it. What else? I was kind of hoping that Maxine Bemba-Clark would get another nomination for the Saturday portraits this year. She didn't make the list. I thought Bruni by Heather Rose might make the list. I've heard a lot of people talk about that one. And of course, Exploded View by Carrie Tiffany, which is one of my favourite books from last year. Again, didn't make the list, which is sad, but Carrie Tiffany did also win the first ever Stella Prize. So there's that, and there's lots of people talking about what they were surprised didn't make the list, so I won't go on too much about that. I do plan to have a post, an Instagram post up about that on the Stella Project Instagram, so if you'd like to see what people have said and that sort of thing, that should hopefully already be up. And let's get into the 2 that I've read. So firstly, I have to say that I was really excited to see both of these on the list. So I have Lucky Ticket by Joey Boy. I was really hoping that this one would make the list. I think it's an incredible book, and also I just think it's such a great title for the list. This is a bunch of short stories. Joy Boy interviewed a bunch of Vietnamese refugees, and I believe people still living in Vietnam, and she created these stories from those interviews. I think that's a really cool way of going about it. And also she's still pretty young, and it's just nice to see diversity, not just in race and sexuality and ability, but also in age. So super excited that this one made the list. And the other one that I have, or that I don't have, but I read, is The Weekend by Charlotte Wood. Again, really excited this made the list. I wasn't sure that it would. Charlotte Wood won the award a few years ago for The Natural Way of Things. I prefer The Weekend, but it's also been a few years, so I should probably reread Natural Way of Things. This one is about 3 elderly women who go to clean out their late friend's beach house home, and they all have like their own issues and lots of things going on, and it is kind of like a friendship saga. This is one of the best books that I read last year, like I mentioned, so really glad to see it on the list. And then I have 4 here at the moment that I own. I do also have one on order and another one that a friend is passing on to me. So those are all the ones that I want to own for now. The other ones I've put on hold at the library, and if I really love them, I'll pick them up. So the ones that I have and haven't read, I have See What You Made Me Do by Jess Hill. This is Power Control and Domestic Abuse. I bought this one like early last year when it first came out, and then just haven't been able to pick it up. I did start reading it, but it is a very intense topic, and I had to put it down for something else. So yeah, I am excited about this one. Everyone who's read it tells me that it's incredible, but I am also a little bit apprehensive knowing that this is a tough topic, and I guess I'm a little bit more worried about being able to get through it by the time that the shortlist is out. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get through them, but I'm not sure. So yeah, if it takes me until the winner, that's fine. But yeah, I'm a little bit worried that this one might be one that I kind of need to space out. Next, we have Diving Into Glass by Cara Llewellyn. I hadn't actually heard of this one before the long list, and that kind of makes me sad. So this is Cara Llewellyn was living in New York. She had this amazing job. Everything was going great. And then she got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and it's about her experiences with that. Obviously, I'm really happy to see a title by a disabled author on the list. So I'm really hoping that I enjoy this one. I have to say, this book just feels nice. Like it's like a different kind of like cardboard thing going. That was a really great description, Ellie. And yeah, it just feels nice. So I'm glad that I have this one. Next up, I was so excited to see this one. This is How We Changed the Ending by Vicky Wakefield. This is a YA. There hasn't been a YA on the list since Lorinda. And I love Lorinda. I think it's great. It's one of the books that we've read for the project. And I was just so excited to see another YA. I've heard amazing things about this one. And I think this might be one that I get to early on. I have wanted to read this one since it came out, and I just didn't have the time. And now I have an excuse, and I'm just like, it's a YA, and it's just like, I'm so happy. I'm getting so excited that I can't talk, and I've been trying to say I love Oz YA for about 2 minutes. Just, I can't believe it. I'm so excited. And then the last one that I own at the moment is The Guild by Tara June Winch. I have been hearing people talk about this one for months, and it was again on the list of like, I really want to read that, but I don't have time right now. So I was kind of thinking I was going to wait until the like smaller version came out, but now it's on the list, so I went ahead and bought it. So I'm a little bit mindful that this video is already like super long. I don't have a whole lot to say about the other ones, so I'm going to go through them kind of quickly. Let me talk about the two that I am also purchasing. So the first one is When One Person Dies, The Whole World Is Over by Mandy Ord. This is a graphic, I believe it's a memoir. It's a graphic novel. Super excited. Way back in the day, when I volunteered for the Melbourne Writers Festival, like 5 or 6 years ago now, I actually got to sit down with Mandy Orr, who was doing it was like an artist in residence thing where she was drawing, and it was like up on a screen and people would come and talk to her. So I got to sit and talk to her with her for like an hour or two during that shift, and she was just really lovely. So it was nice to see her on this list. And then the other one is There Was Still Love by Fievel Perret. I wanted to get to this one for ages, and yeah, my friend got 2 copies, so she's passing one on to me, and I'm really excited and really glad to see it on the list. And then I really don't know much about any of the others. There's one that I'm a little bit more excited for. Oh, I lied. I also have this one. My best friend is getting this one for me from her bookstore. This is Song Spirals. So yeah, I don't know a whole lot about this one, but I have heard great things about it. So, exciting. And then the ones that are left are The House of Yusuf and I don't know the author's name. Yumna Kassar, maybe. It's a really small picture and I can't see. Here Until August by Josephine Rowe, and also Paper Emperors by Sally Young. The only one that I'm like a little bit worried about there is Paper Emperors, because I've heard that it's huge, and also it's a non-fiction book about Australian newspapers, and I'm not sure if that's something I'm really interested in. I will definitely give it a go, and we will see. Like I said, I'm hoping to get through all of these by the shortlist, but yeah, that's in March, and I'm running out of time already. So with that being said, I'm going to end the video here. It's already long and I feel like I'm not really making much sense because I'm just gushing, and I'm just really, really excited about this list. This has got to be maybe my first list ever, and I've been reading since 2015, where there isn't a single book on here that I wish wasn't on the list. There are definitely ones that I'm a little bit nervous about reading or a little bit unsure about, but there aren't any that I'm like, no, that it didn't deserve to be on there. So I think that's a good sign, and I'm gonna go and start reading some of these so that I'm not super stressed. I'm already super stressed. That's just me as a human being, but we'll see how it goes. And I can't believe that the long list is here and we're reading it, so yay. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm sure this video is an absolute mess and I'm probably gonna hate myself when I am editing it, but until then I will see you all. Hopefully I'm gonna be doing a weekend reads on Friday. I didn't really feel like doing it last week. I had no idea what I wanted to read, so that's why that wasn't up. But yes, hopefully I will feel like it on Friday, and if not, I'll see you Monday. Thank you for watching. Bye.